What if the person you invite into your home is actually a killer hiding behind a charming smile?
A simple holiday at a peaceful beach house turns into a deadly nightmare, where trust becomes the biggest mistake and curiosity leads straight to danger.
This 2017 Hollywood thriller will mess with your mind and keep you guessing till the very last scene.
So make sure you watch this video till the end, because one wrong decision in this story changes everything. If you enjoy intense thriller movie explanations, hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to the channel right now.
Now, without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the story.
The movie begins by introducing us to a small family who have come to spend their holidays at a beautiful beach house.
The family consists of a mother named Catherine, a father named Henry, and their daughter Emma.
They are trying to relax and enjoy their vacation, away from the busy routine of everyday life.
Emma is a young college student who has currently taken a break from her studies.
She believes that she can always return to college later, but right now she wants to focus on her dream of becoming a writer. Emma spends most of her time trying to write stories, but lately, she has been struggling badly. No matter how hard she tries, the words just don't come to her. This creative block frustrates her deeply and slowly pushes her into anxiety. One day, Catherine receives a call from her old friend Paul, whom she hasn't seen in many years. Paul tells her that he is nearby and casually mentions that he would love to meet. Catherine, feeling nostalgic and happy to reconnect, invites Paul to spend the weekend at their beach house. When Paul arrives, everyone welcomes him warmly. He seems charming, confident, and relaxed.
Catherine notices that Paul looks genuinely happy to be there and mentions that he will soon be traveling to Germany.
He explains that he has taken a break from school because he feels that traditional education never really helped him in real life.
According to him, life outside classrooms is completely different.
Soon, the family learns that Paul is a professional photographer, known especially for his bold and controversial work. As they all sit together, Paul shows them some of his photographs. These photos are extremely dark, violent, and sexually explicit, making everyone uncomfortable. Paul casually explains that most of his photo shoots follow this theme and that this is what people recognize him for. Paul also reveals that he recently went through a breakup, which is one of the reasons he wanted to get away for a while. Catherine tries to comfort him and tells him that staying here will help him relax and reset his mind. In the next scene, Henry and Paul are seen talking privately.
Henry jokingly asks Paul why he has never gotten married.
Paul laughs and says that he hasn't met the right person yet, but Henry teases him by saying that someday, someone will definitely trap him into settling down. Meanwhile, Catherine prepares a guest room for Paul. While arranging his things, she notices a photo album that hasn't been released yet. The images inside are disturbing and far more intense than the ones she saw earlier. Before she can look through the entire album, Catherine leaves the room, feeling uneasy.
Emma, however, is deeply disturbed after seeing Paul's photographs.
She asks her father how her mother could invite a stranger like Paul into their home. Henry assures her that Paul is an old and trusted friend and tells her not to overthink it.
Later, the entire family goes to the beach to hang out. Paul joins them as well.
Henry and Paul go swimming together, and during their conversation, Paul casually admits that he often gets bored in relationships and doesn't really respect emotional boundaries. From Paul's words, Henry begins to realize that Paul does not treat women very well and lacks basic respect.
That night during dinner, Henry asks Paul about his future ambitions.
He suggests that since Paul's photographs sell so well, he could take things to the next level and sell them at higher prices. Paul seems uninterested and says that he is happy working the way he always has.
Interestingly, Emma finds Paul's attitude inspiring.
As an aspiring artist herself, she feels that ignoring outside pressure and focusing only on one's art is important. Late at night, Paul plans to go swimming, but the water is freezing cold, so he changes his mind and comes back inside.
He asks Emma if she would like to have a drink with him. Emma agrees.
During their conversation, Paul says something that deeply resonates with her. He tells her that people who think too much about others often end up losing themselves. Feeling comfortable, Emma opens up to Paul about her writing struggles. She admits that her life has been too easy, which makes it difficult for her to write about pain or conflict. Paul tells her that excitement and inspiration exist in everyone's life, they just need to face it honestly. Paul then talks about a violent incident from his past photoshoot and explains that to capture real emotions, a photographer must fully immerse himself into the character, almost as if he has lived that experience.
That night, Emma has a disturbing dream in which she and Paul become intimate.
The dream leaves her confused and unsettled.
The next morning, Emma notices that Paul is not in his room. Curious, she enters and starts looking around.
She finds strange equipment, ropes, gloves, and other suspicious items. When she steps outside, she sees Paul checking something in the trunk of his car. As soon as he notices her, he closes it quickly. Paul encourages Emma again, telling her to follow whatever excites her creatively. These words deeply affect her, but also increase her confusion and fear.
Uncertain and disturbed, Emma tries to contact Paul's ex-girlfriend, but the number doesn't work.
Her anxiety continues to grow. That evening, Catherine and Henry go out to buy groceries. Alone with Paul, Emma feels uncomfortable. She confronts her mother earlier, questioning whether Paul is really safe.
Catherine explains that Paul's lifestyle is different but insists that he is harmless.
She even reveals that she once modeled for one of Paul's violent photoshoots herself, and everything was safe. Hearing this, Emma tries to calm herself.
Later that night, Paul plays music loudly and sends Emma a song he likes. When Emma asks why he took her photo without permission, Paul casually replies that he photographs whatever he finds beautiful and doesn't believe permission is necessary. He even offers her his camera.
They drink wine together and talk for hours. However, Catherine and Henry notice their closeness and feel uncomfortable. They ask Emma to go to her room, and Paul also returns to his room.
But the night is far from over. Late at night, Emma quietly goes to Paul's room.
Paul shows her a net and strange equipment, saying he needs a model for his next photoshoot and that people would pay a huge amount to photograph someone like her. The atmosphere becomes intense and uncomfortable.
Paul prepares drinks for both of them, and slowly, things turn intimate. At some point, Emma begins to feel dizzy.
Paul tells her to rest and says he will wake her later. The next morning, Emma wakes up feeling strange. As she looks around Paul's room more carefully, she discovers horrifying evidence: bloodstains, gloves, ropes, and tools used in his violent photoshoots. Among these items, she finds belongings that clearly belong to Paul's ex-girlfriend. Suddenly, everything becomes clear to her.
Paul didn't just hurt his ex-girlfriend, he killed her. Paul confronts Emma and tells her that she is strange but fascinating. He admits that she has learned too much about him. Terrified, Emma runs to her mother and tells her everything. Catherine is shocked and apologizes for not believing her earlier. That evening, there is a concert in the city. Catherine and Henry decide to go, leaving Emma alone at home. Emma is uneasy but pretends to be fine. Paul approaches her again and denies putting anything in her drink earlier. But suddenly, he becomes aggressive and tries to force himself on her. At that moment, Emma realizes that she is in serious danger. Thankfully, Emma had already sensed something was wrong and secretly kept a knife with her. As Paul attacks her, she stabs him with full force. Paul collapses, bleeding badly. As Paul lies injured, he reveals the truth. He explains how he killed his ex-girlfriend during a photoshoot, transported her body in his car, and dumped it into the sea using a heavy net, the same method he planned to use again. Emma realizes that the only way to survive is to end this nightmare. Using the same net Paul used for his crimes, she traps him and throws him into the sea, ensuring he meets the same fate as his victim. Paul had arrived without his car, making it appear as though he had never been there. This ensures that no one would suspect Emma or her family. Days later, life slowly returns to normal. The trauma remains, but Emma is no longer blocked creatively. She starts writing again honestly, fearlessly, and powerfully. Emma decides to return to college and move forward with her life. Her parents support her decision, proud of her strength and courage. The movie ends on a powerful note, showing that sometimes confronting darkness is the only way to truly understand oneself. If you enjoyed this explanation, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more such thrilling movie stories. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an update.